Yeah, let's get it rocking, man. Hey, welcome to the Forgiven Soldier podcast. Uh my name is Brian. I think everybody knows me. I already had a season 1. So this is season 2, first episode. With me, I got that man. What do you got? What's your name? The Grant, that guy Grant.
That guy Grant,
That
or you
guy
just call,
Grant,
yeah,
the bearded
yeah.
vet, if you can't
There we
tell.
go.
Um, I'm the bald headed vet that can't grow a beard. So
There we go.
there's that. So this season's gonna be a little bit different. I gotta quit playing with this mic. This season's
how-
gonna be a little different. I'm more I'm more involved in the veteran community, in my community. So I have had the pleasure to meet a bunch of veterans, some cool veterans like Vietnam, Korean. There's a couple of Korean wars. There's still a couple World War II veterans around in my area. I don't know if they'd be able to do a podcast, but I can take it anywhere. And
Yeah.
then I'm getting onto the TikTok world, trying to chase that 1K follower.
Help 'em out.
The dream that everybody wants.
Go follow the
Um,
Forgiven Soldier, guys.
because there is a big veteran community on TikTok, and is becoming bigger and bigger.
hmm
Because it's a platform where we can be open and vulnerable and talk about our struggles and not really be judged, because we are men. And that's the whole premise of this
Right.
podcast is us being men. You don't have to be a veteran, just being a guy in general. Our whole life, I don't know about you, Grant, but my whole life, my dad was a drill sergeant. So, and it was nothing with his doing. It was just like, I'm a man.
Right.
I can't show weakness. I can't cry like when
Pride
stuff
factor.
gets to me. Right.
Pride
So,
factor.
so I never really cried. Growing up, I mean, funerals, didn't shed a tear, held it back. Um, so,
But
it,
now,
but now I cry like a baby because I got 2 daughters.
right.
But it all started when I first got anxiety, right? And I didn't know what it was. And my daughter, my
Mm,
oldest daughter, she was 2 or 3. She went into the emergency room, double ear infection. Pretty simple, pretty simple. But to me, it was the first time she ever been hurt or anything.
yeah.
So I don't know if something like that set it off. But I had my first panic attack. I'd had no clue what it was. So from that point, I remember walking. I was in California. I remember walking on the beach, and my head was just going places. I couldn't make it stop, and I just broke down and cried on the
Right.
beach. And
Sometimes
I
you can't help when it happens, man.
you can't. And I kept on. My wife was with me, and I kept on saying, "Man, I'm a little bitch," and because
Yeah.
tears were coming down my
That's
face, and she's like, "It's
exactly
okay."
what we are.
Yeah. The tears were coming down. She's like, "It's good, let it go." But after that cry, my brain stopped, and I'm like, "Wait." I was
Yeah.
like, and over there, that was 10 years ago. So over the course of 10 years, I've kind of
And
like, it all has to do with emotions and getting them out. So
right.
that's it. That's why, I started a podcast, and I said it, I said it last season. This is for a selfish reason, right?
Right.
I
It
want to be
should be.
I want to be able to get whatever's on my chest out.
Yeah.
And it don't matter if one person's listening or however 1K, 1,000 people.
That's how I
I'm
looked at
doing it for
TikTok.
me. Yeah. So,
That's how
but
I
yeah,
looked at TikTok, man.
so that's kind of how I got to this situation. And then I just found that bearded vet, and I'm like, cool. I wish I had a beard. Let me check this guy out. And he starts laughing hysterically and belly laughing and can't breathe. And I'm like, that's me. I laugh at everything like that because I'm fat, right? And I have asthma. So I was like, man, we're gonna be connected. And I joined one of his
Not an
lives.
excuse. It's not an excuse.
I joined one of his lives, and he
Yeah.
I said what's up. He said what's up, and now we're here. So,
Yeah, man.
but I'm gonna introduce Grant. I'm gonna let him talk a little bit. Like I said, I do this to meet new people as well, and we've talked a little bit. I've kind of held it back because I knew we were gonna do this podcast, and I wanted to get the full
Right.
thing. So tell my people who you are,
Man, that's a heavy question. Who I am.
who you were, how you
Um,
got to where you're at right now.
bro, that's a we can write a book if you want.
Let's do it. I've never wrote a book, so
Me
um,
either.
I ain't even read a book. Sorry.
Well, I'm Grant. That's my public name. I have a legal name. It's for other reasons. It's just father reasons. We talked about dad a minute
Yeah.
ago. There, dad wasn't so much a drill sergeant. Dad was so much of a quote unquote, let's say, owner.
Mm.
Okay, he was an owner. Moving past that, I'm Grant. I'm 35, about to be 36 years old. Married to my wife. This will be 12 years now, December 31st.
Okay.
I've got
Ooh.
two beautiful kids with her. My oldest, his name is Landon. He's 10. Um, and my daughter, she's that second child mentality. The I don't give a fuck, bro.
I know. I got
and
one.
she's not 6 yet, but she's almost right there. Her and I are pretty close with birth dates, so I feel like she's got a lot of my attitude, despite what I say about her mother sometimes. Love her to death. Love her to death. We live in Delaware. I'm not afraid to let y'all know that we live in Delaware. We've got a dog named Nyla, who is a service dog in training for myself. We'll get into that obviously here in a little bit. Um, Served in the military for 4.5, 5 years, and did most of that time in Germany overseas. We did a little bit of traveling. Started out in Kentucky, ended in Virginia, moved back to Delaware. Um, Good experiences overall, but the ones that last forever that you don't get to see until later on in life, I would say, I wouldn't say those aren't the best experiences, but they teach us and we learn from them. And today we're able to learn from them. That's pretty much it. I'm medically retired from the service at that point through the different disabilities that I've been rated for with anxiety and PTSD, depression, uh, physical injuries, things like that. Pretty much it. Cut and dry. I'm on TikTok most of the time. You can catch me. We like to do coffee, conversation, music in the morning. We call it the blend. It's a little bit of everything, and that's why I call it the blend. Myself, I come from many different avenues in life. I could say, I guess you could say, I've traveled down many different avenues. Probably not the best ones, but they became life lessons, and they made me who I am today, essentially. And I'm working on that guy as we speak. So pretty much, it's to me cut and dry. You want to come hang out? We'll talk about the TikTok stuff a little bit more. But
Yeah, for sure. I mean, your
yeah, man,
lives, like I listen to them every morning on my way to work, when I'm at work. I mean, luckily
appreciate that.
I have an
Thank you.
office setting so I can, like, close the door if y'all get too crazy. Especially with that Junior California. They're
Yeah,
taking side bets on TikTok right now. Don't get
yeah.
distracted. Don't look at them.
I'm not. I'm not.
But yeah, I mean, it's good. Like I listen to music. I learned some new music that, I'm strictly country and Christian music.
Right.
So to get that, Teddy Swims, like me and my wife dance in the
Mm,
kitchen to Teddy Swims, right?
right.
Like people who I grew up with and like people in California, they're like, he listens to Teddy Swims, like he's Garth Brooks and
Right.
George and all them. So it opens
But
up the avenues of different genres and
it's a culture experience, in my opinion. I look at it as a
yeah.
culture. It's different cultures amongst genres. That's what they are.
Yeah, and you
Country
got the
is a
Jamaica
culture.
music going, so it's a good blend, like you said. It's a perfect name for it.
Right.
Um,
And we're always drinking coffee, man, and everybody's got a
Always,
different blend of coffee.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just, and everybody's coming all different walks of life, bro. It just
yeah,
blended together in one live. And the best part of it is you just come from anywhere in the world. We got Netherlands sometimes, Australia, the UK. We've had, gosh, man, some places I couldn't even imagine that would just jump in. South Africa was in there once. I mean, just people from all over the place, man. And being able to look at the analytics to just bring the truth to that, it's like, wow,
yeah.
and then you just find out, I'm selfish in that aspect. TikTok,
Yep.
I'm selfish because that was my therapy, bro. That was my therapy.
Like, I mean,
And
you have to be
yeah, you got to be selfish with it. I mean, like me going live, they're not people. No disrespect. You know what I mean? You're not here.
physically
Can't
there.
see you.
Yeah,
Right. I can have a conversation with y'all.
yeah,
I've had the privilege to meet a few folks from TikTok. Amazing people, lifelong friends. And I continue to just make those make those bonds and establish those relationships with folks and friendships. It's everlasting, I guess you could say, um, because when you can be yourself unapologetically, as like I say in my bio, I'm unapologetically me,
Yeah,
right? Where you come hang out for the vibes and the coffee, the music, and we're just a bunch of like-minded individuals trying to find a place in the world that we feel safe.
that's it. And that's, and I speak heavily on the mental aspect of like meeting new people and different point of views. Because to me, like you said, you had the PTSD and stuff from the military, which for me, I'm just talking about me. For me,
Mhm.
I can see it, but when I because when I was having my panic attacks, my wife was like, "You need to go talk to somebody." Like, I mean, she was there, but she was like, "You need somebody else that knows what you're going through," kind of thing. So I
Right.
went and talked to my first therapist, aka shrink, aka VA,
AKA
and
help.
yeah, VA, yeah, aka VA. So he was talking to me, and at the time, like I had no clue what was going on, and he was trying to explain, like, you're having a panic attack. This is why you're having it. And basically, he was telling my story, like, because you did this, this is why you're doing it, right? Without even getting really to know me and all this stuff. So
Yeah.
from the get, I was I had a wall up with that guy, right? And I was like, I don't have. He was trying to push PTSD. He's like, you got PTSD, you have PTSD, and I was like, I don't have PTSD. Like my daughter had an ear infection, and it blew
Hmm.
it up, right? That's what
Right.
I mean. My mom, she has panic attacks. My sister has panic attacks. They didn't serve. Like, why do they got it? And
Right.
the whole
You
time
were
I'm like,
uneducated.
yeah, I'm like the whole time it's like genetic. This is just genetic, and it just hit me right now, right? So that's how I went through the process until I moved back to Kentucky
Right.
and got in with another therapist.
Now, where
And
was that at, if you don't mind me asking?
I was in California,
Okay. I didn't
north.
hear it if you did say it, my bad.
Yeah, Northern California is Humboldt County. If anybody knows what Humboldt County is, I did not partake that much. That much. It's hard not to do it. But anyways,
Right,
so yeah,
right.
that was Northern Humboldt, and I love those people up there. But when I got to Kentucky, I met a new therapist, and I don't know, it just came at me a little different with it. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I get it. Like I get it. You're having panic attacks. Let's figure out why you're having them. Instead
Right.
of saying because you went to Iraq, you have PTSD. Not everybody that goes to Iraq has PTSD.
And you don't have to go to Iraq to get PTSD.
And you don't, yeah, you could do like it could be anything. You can get, at a gas station, be robbed.
Yeah.
PTSD right there. I'm never going to the gas station again. It's a trigger, right?
Yeah.
So, but he came at it a different way, and it kind of like, okay, maybe I get that most of it was probably caused from the military because of the situations that we're in at the age that we're at,
Right.
and being men, like we hold it in, right? We're tough, we can do this, we get back, nothing's wrong, and then finally when you get out, you get time to relax and like
But the whole
really,
time you knew something was wrong, though. The whole
yeah. The,
time you
the
knew you
whole
were
time
off.
is like you can't be in your right, like you got to be a little bit of crazy to write, what they say, write a blank check, and
Hmm.
go over. I mean, I was told I had to go over, and I mean, if they would have told me, hey, you can either stay back or go, I would probably stay back. I'm gonna be honest, like just
Nine
because of
nine
what
times out of 10, you would have still probably would be suffering PTSD, bro.
exactly. I mean, it's just the military. Like, I mean, even down to basic training, you have a grown man yelling at your face, and you can't do nothing.
A
You keep
grown
that
ass
in.
man,
You
and
keep that.
sometimes they're younger than you.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
keep.
yo, bro, we're equals. We're
Yeah,
equals. But
but
they're
because
looking
you
at
got
that
that hat on,
and they're looking
and
at this.
yeah, it's crazy because I mean you keep that in, so you can get it from anywhere. So I get that the military probably had a big hand in my anxiety attacks and in whatever in what I feel, but I also believe the genetics, like it was destined to happen at some point, some situation. That's my
Product of your
person.
you're a product of your environment.
Yeah, that's my personal. So now it, I haven't it's calmed down, but I still see a therapist. I still talk about it. I do a podcast. I do stuff so I don't have it because I don't want to ever go back to what it felt like when I did have the anxiety. Now I still every day like situations like if I go somewhere and there's a bunch of people I don't know, I feel it in my chest and my arm and my head starts roaming like what if this guy does this and what if blah 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 and I gotta like shut it down and like stop he ain't gonna do anything to you. And if he does, you know,
Situational awareness, bro.
situational
That's what.
awareness. So I do it all the time, and that even has an effect on your body because it takes so much energy to go to a Mexican restaurant and look at everybody in there and know exactly what somebody's wearing. And
It's mentally
in
exhausting.
Kentucky's an open carry, so you got to see who has a gun, and what you got to test their character at sight. And like, is this guy going to go off? Like, you know,
Yes.
so it's just a lot of moving parts when you
So
have it. But
I heard something, and I gotta say real quick. It
yep.
kind of goes on that. So I watched the show, it's David Letterman show, just the other night, and it had Jay Z on there. That first episode I watched had Jay Z on there. And you're like, whoa, Jay Z and David Letterman, right? Dope conversation. Something I recorded from that conversation. I went back and watched it a few times, and I let my wife watch it too. He was asking Jay Z about his mother, and his mother was talking. And it just kind of leads into it. It has to do with having kids. It has to do with that feeling of like of a different intelligence, the awareness, right? So
Hmm.
he kind of just described to him. He goes, I was my IQ emotionally negative like hundreds, right? He said, but my IQ in other parts of life, like situations, I can walk into a place. He said, and that's because the way my life was structured. He said, and I had to deal with that. I had to learn how to manage that. He said, but I was the guy who had IQ where I could see a guy sitting in a corner and be like, hey, you know what? I see that guy over there. He didn't look too nice. He's got that
Yeah.
jacket on. It's a little rough. So I'm gonna whisper over to my lady, hey, it's time to go. We're not gonna stick around that long. And you
Yeah.
just bounce inconspicuously. And that's situational awareness. You're aware of your surroundings and you're looking after the safety
Hmm.
of others and yourself primarily. But you also need to be in that position to where you can see it all.
Yep.
And that's where I had to say it because it kind of related, like he related to that, and it kind of hit me how he had said his IQ was higher in other aspects of life, but not emotionally. His emotional IQ was in the negative, and that's because of how his upcoming was and the anxieties and PTSD that he dealt with.
I mean, that's what it is, man. It's
Sorry,
just
went off on a little.
no, you're good. I thought you were gonna say, have you seen the with David Letterman and Jay Z when Jay Z started getting popular, and David Letterman's like, what's your name? And he was like Sean, or I think it's Sean. Is
Oh
it
yeah,
Sean or something? And I don't know. You got to watch it, but he like David
I
Letterman's
think I
asking a
saw the
question,
interview.
and Jay Z's like when did people start calling you your name?
I did see
And
that.
he's like, when my mom gave it to me or something like that. It was something. It was hilarious,
Right.
and that's what that's. I thought that's where you're going with
I
that,
s-
but
no, I saw that clip though. I saw
yeah,
that clip. I was bouncing off of your
yeah. No,
emotional.
that one makes more sense than what I just said. So I'm glad you went with that one and not that one. I'm like, that makes no sense what we just said.
Oh man, right.
So there's some people in your chat that they
What's
they
up?
know they know about Humboldt County.
Do
So
they?
that's not
Let's
well,
go.
it is good. I mean,
Oh my
listen, when I got
gosh.
out of the military, um, that's one of the first things I did. I mean, I was working at a dealership at the time because I was transitioning. I was a recruiter out there. So once you come off numbers, you don't do anything. So I got another job, and there was a there was a guy there, and he's like, "Hey, man, congratulations." He's like, "You want to try some?" I'm like, "Yes, I do.
Oh
Yes, I do." So I
yeah.
did. Sorry if my preacher's watching. He's probably not on TikTok though, so we're
You're
good. You're good. Um, but no, I mean, no, whatever. It is what it is.
I like the flag blowing in the back. That's a dope touch.
Well, I put it. Look. I put it.
Freedom. While we're talking about freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my that's usually a shelf for like my kids' stuff, bubbles and stuff. I was like,
Uh,
they don't want to see that. Let's put a flag up there.
I hate
That's the one
bubbles.
that was actually hanging in my tent in Iraq, and I had everybody sign it. That was in my tent,
That's sick.
my little Connex thing. So it holds a special place. Usually, I did the podcast in my garage.
Like
And my
like
me and my
this.
yeah, and me and my wife, we started a business. I say me and my wife, she runs it, but it's just in my name, I guess. But
You're
she
the
moved all
laborer.
her stuff out to the garage, so she kind of took over my little man cave thing I had going on. But
Needed it more, right?
it's so nice out here, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it outside tonight.
Screw it.
I tried to kill a wasp with a fly swatter and I missed and I pissed him off. So now I'm like watching my back a little bit because I
Oh.
don't like wasps.
You can't ask me to check it out for you, bro.
I had my
I need to go
12-year-old
see.
daughter come out here and pull security while I set everything up. I'm like, I just need you to watch my back in case he flies over me. Like I can't be looking over my shoulder the whole time, you know. So
Show the stoop pulling fire guard.
yeah. And
you got a 30-minute shift.
yeah, she's like, really? You're a grown man, and all. See, it goes back to that. That's what I'm talking about, grown man. They just expect it.
That's that sensitivity that's not allowed to be there.
Yeah, and I was like, I tell you what, I was
Not
like,
allowed to be there.
yeah, you can't fall asleep without the light on, or without the light on, and I support you in that, so you can support me in this. Come out here.
A man's nightlight is the TV, ladies.
Yep.
If you're ever
Oh.
wondering why he falls asleep with the TV on, it's because he's got problems sleeping
He's-
in the dark.
Scared of the dark. It's all right.
And it might not be just because he's scared of the dark. He just might have. They might just trigger
Or
night
needs,
terrors. a lot
or
quicker.
or mine
to-
is I need noise. I
Needs
need
noise.
noise a lot because
We use music. We use sound. We use the sound of rain.
oh okay
That
yeah
play.
because rain usually puts me to sleep too. I fall
Yeah.
asleep to watching Friends. I'm a big Friends fan.
Yo, Friends is the stuff, man.
Man.
Me and my wife could recite Friends to you. My favorite one is Pivot.
Pivot, oh yeah, definitely. You know, my favorite episode. It's hard to pick one. The game show, like when they had the game about who knew their friends better, and then the boys won the apartment.
Dude,
that's one
terrible
of my
to
favorite.
play.
That's one of my favorites. But the other one is
It ruins
when,
friendships,
It does.
except theirs.
The other one was when Ross had a big speech and he was all
Ugh.
dressed and he was trying to get everybody ready and they're all like doing their own bickering and all that stuff. That's one of
Yeah.
the funniest ones. That's when Joey puts on all the clothes of Chandler. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm a big fan of Friends, and then they took it off Netflix. I bought HBO Max just because it had Friends. That's how
You
big
need
of
to
a fan.
you need to just get rid of that and get Hulu Plus, bro.
I got Hulu.
You got premium.
Yeah. So we got
Oh.
the Disney.
Friends is on there, bro.
Is it really?
Friends is on
But
Hulu, my
see,
guy.
but HBO Max was doing all those movies like before they didn't go to the theater. They went to HBO Max. So I got listen, I got HBO Max, Hulu, YouTube, TV. Like I don't have cable. I got
You know
rid
what
of
they said?
cable.
That's what they said. They said, look, people can get rid of cable. All right.
Yeah, and I still pay $140 for everything else. So
Damn.
it's stupid. It's crazy.
You rascal.
I know. YouTube TV, like the sports side of it is amazing because I can
That's
go
why-
to sports
yo.
and every sport that's on is right there, and I.
If you have Hulu Plus, though, you get all ESPN Plus for free.
Well, yeah, because I got the Disney Plus package. Man,
Yeah,
it's
That comes with it. So you don't even need YouTube TV. I just hope it just saved you 15% on your freaking
$60,
cable bill, bro.
That's how much YouTube. How much YouTube? Yeah,
I mean, that thought process went through your mind. He's like, did
I just
money?
stopped. I just stopped.
Did I just
Stop.
save money?
I can save money. What is that?
Honey, yeah. We're going to Red Lobster tonight.
Yeah, we're going to. Man, I wish they had Sizzler. You know, that's used to be the thing.
Yeah, that's the
Sizzler.
one I was gonna say, but we don't
Yeah,
have
but
one here.
yeah, there was one in Humboldt County, and we went to eat, and my wife got sick at it, so we stopped
We're
eating.
going to
there,
Sizzler.
but we're going. What movie was that from?
I don't
White
know,
Man
I've
Can't
always-
Jump.
Yeah, no, it might be when she had that money.
Yeah,
from
the Jeopardy. Yeah, we going to Sizzler.
Oh, yeah.
we going to.
Oh yeah, they were dancing in the apartment. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it that? I don't know.
I
Your
think
chat
they
might
were.
know.
I don't know. Somebody say something. Throw it in the chat.
I'm reading the chat right now.
You guys got any questions, by the way? He's you can drop them down there. Drop
Yeah,
them in
do
the
the
chat.
Q&A so we can find them easier. Or he
Oh,
can find them. I can't.
Can you see the Q&A?
I can see when they post it and it comes up, but I can't pull it. I can't.
Oh, just stick it in the chat then. Stick it. in
Yeah,
the chat.
yeah. I can't
'Cause-
see it.
My eyes are as good as.
So
I didn't have anything
Memorial
for that.
Weekend. I know it's
Tis.
a sad one, especially
Yep.
you know you lost, but I mean it's also a big celebration weekend, and I get it. Like you get some people get 4 days, some 3 days, whatever. But it's good to go to the lake. It's starting to get hot. Which I'm
Feels if you're appreciating it. If you're appreciating the actual holiday first and foremost, I don't care what you do as long as it's safe and it's family friendly and you ain't harming nobody yourself. But
Yeah.
acknowledge the holiday for what it is.
And the one thing
My
it don't really
uh,
like upset me, but when they like, hey, thank you for your service, thank you for your
I was gonna
service,
say that. I was
it's
just gonna
this
say,
ain't it. So
don't
I
thank
did a
me, guy.
speech yesterday, and I talked all about I distinctly Armed Forces Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. This is the difference in them and stuff. But um, I mean, I get it though. I
And it's
mean,
to educate. It is to educate. It is not to be
yeah,
sideways. It's to educate. It's
I don't
only.
I don't even like it on Veterans Day, to be honest with you. Like,
It's difficult to say thanks, man. You don't know what to do. Like it was our job.
yeah,
I looked at it.
I always say my
Nobody thanks
pleasure.
me for being a mechanic. Yeah, nobody thanks me for being a mechanic. Nobody
Yeah,
thanked me for being a tobacco warehouse supervisor. Nobody thanked me for that. I mean, I understand the different circumstances and
for
what all
sure.
comes with it, but in my
I mean,
mind, bro, it's still just the job, and someone's telling me where to be, what to do, and how to live. You
yeah.
know, government.
I'm. What about those guys that climb up in those big tower poles? I mean, do they really think that? I mean, that's more dangerous
I had a
than.
buddy who used to do
I
that.
mean, it's dangerous in
He used
general,
to
but
work on turbines. He's an engineer. He graduated from Citadel in South Carolina. He's
oh
now
yeah,
a computer engineer for Boeing.
that's a lot of money.
Yo, he's a very determined, and he's an ex-marine.
Yeah, I don't think they
And
say ex-marine, do they? It's
no,
just
they
marine.
don't.
I got corrected the other
Yeah,
day. I'm a marine.
I
Like,
tell my
okay.
brother all the time. I'll tell my brother.
My nephew just he joined the marine. Well, I say just he got commissioned.
You're always a soldier, bro. You can't just always be a marine.
Yeah.
You're always an airman. You're always a seaman. You're always all those guys.
Hold on, I got to do something
It
real
never
quick.
leaves you. Never leaves you. It's instilled in you. Like we talked about that with my therapist the other day. She's like, do you still feel like you're a soldier? I said, do I feel like a soldier? No. Do I have the mentality of a soldier? Probably. Why? Because I love organization. I love timeliness. I love common sense and logic and direct paths. That's probably why I see myself as in a soldier mindset still.
I mean, I take some of the stuff that I learned from the military, and I still use it to this day. Um, my mentality when I was in is, is different than it is now
Yeah.
because I got
Right.
a family. I can't treat them like the military.
Right. You mean
Um,
remember them safety briefs at the end of the weekend?
I did, I do, yeah.
Don't beat yourself. Don't beat your kids.
I
Don't
was a
beat your
part of
wife.
some of them why they had the safety briefing. So, um,
Don't go to the
but anyway,
blacklisted clubs.
that's another episode. But no, so my I don't know what, and I don't want it to sound like I'm not. I'm very proud to be a veteran. I'm very proud of serving my country, and it took me a long time. Like when I got out, I was ready to get out, and I didn't want anything to do with it. But when I got older, and when I when I was, I mean, it's hard because you see other veterans and they struggle real hard, and then that's why they have the 22 a day, the suicide thing, and luckily I've never been there in that mind frame, but it's sad
Good for
that
you.
soldiers
Good for
are.
you.
You know what I mean? Like
Good for you.
even with the anxiety at the highest, I remember laying on the couch and be like, God, if this is it, take me because I am done. But I never wanted to physically end it. You know what I'm saying? It was always like let it naturally happen or whatever it's happening
Do it for me.
happen. Do it
Do it
for
for
me
me.
because
I don't have
I'm
the
a
balls.
pussy.
I don't
Sorry,
have the balls.
I'm
Yeah.
weak. I shouldn't say that.
You're good.
But I can bleep it out. I think. Do you have that chicken sound or something?
No.
Like that little sound you had, the little bird squawking
I got
bird that
the
you showed
crow
me.
one. I
Yeah.
got the crow one. Yeah.
We'll just use that to bleep it out. But
Yeah.
I don't even know where I was going with that. What was I talking about?
That's the
Oh
mind of
yeah.
a veteran
So
sometimes.
being a veteran, like I'm very proud, and once I started getting in the community more about talking about veterans and trying to help them, especially when I got my job with the state helping veterans. I was like, okay, I need to do
That's dope. That's cool.
I need to do more, like, just to, and not saying I can fix everybody, or I mean there's so many places out there that veterans can get help. I'm not saying I'm the one-stop shop, come see me, I can do everything. But
Hold on.
yep,
There's so many places out there that say veterans can get help.
yeah,
There
I'll
are
give yep,
places.
I'll give
There's
you that.
some places out there that vets can get actual.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna tell you, the VA is not one of them.
no.
Reliable, consistent, frequent, dependable help. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and that's true. I mean,
I'm not bad mouthing it.
I see it every day. Like when I'm talking to a veteran and they come into my work and somebody else is helping them with something else, right? And they're kind of standoffish. They're not open. They hold stuff back, and then they come see me, and I'm like Oprah or Dr. Phil, and they just let it all out, which is fine. I'm not
Like
a
Oprah.
licensed. Yeah, I'm not a licensed.
You get a rating, and you get a rating, and you get a rating.
Yeah, I'm just giving them all out. But no,
Right.
but luckily I don't have to deal with the ratings. But
Yeah, that's good.
but I'm not a licensed therapist, but that because I'm a veteran, they feel like they can open up because veteran to veteran, you get what I'm going through,
You're very
or you
relatable.
know somebody that has gone through the same thing.
Like-minded
So
individual, bro.
like-minded individuals.
You were
So
trained. You were trained like a fine machine.
I know to talk to veterans. That's the only training I got, and I'm really, frankly, I mean, now that I got the job, that's really the only thing I really want. I want to help veterans. I want to be able to talk to them, even if I don't know the answer. I know who to send them to that might have a better answer than me, right? So when it comes to the VA, you have not all doctors. I mean, the doctor I have now is pretty chill, but some of the doctors, they ain't veterans. They don't know. They don't. They don't get it. And when a veteran is struggling and really needing help, and they go to somebody that doesn't really know what they're going through, they've only seen it on paper
Yeah.
of what vets go through. It's a different story, and a lot
Or a
of vets,
documentary or some shit.
yeah, a lot of vets feel empty when they leave, and that's not a good place for a veteran to feel. Is like no one has our back, right?
I've kind of made an observation. I agree with you. I made an observation. We're talking about places too, and talking about helping. And when you became a veteran and you realized you're supposed to help people, most nonprofits, organizations, places that are owned or run by people that's helping someone with mental health, so helping people cope, whatever.
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, I've noticed their prior service.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because when I did this whole thing and we have a nonprofit now, I'm starting to see a lot more nonprofits, and they're all like veteran operated, veteran operated, veteran operated. And it's like
They're not afraid to say it anymore.
there might be something to it, right? There might be something like, and that's what we're not trying to take people from the VA or anything else. You know, we want to be
If you're
another
getting care,
entity.
keep going.
Yeah,
If
we
you're
want to be
going,
another
go.
entity. And really, I mean, the reason why we started is because I walked into a VFW, and I don't
Never
drink.
been.
I don't drink, but they have karaoke. I love to karaoke. That's how I met my wife. We'll get into that later.
Hey,
But I love to sing, right? And so I
don't we
went in
all?
there, and it's a good time. But what I noticed is I was the youngest one by 30 years. So I don't have a problem talking with older veterans. I love it. I love hearing
It's the
stories and all
stories,
that.
man.
But the connection, right? I'm not going to ask a 70-year-old man to come and hang out with me and my family, which their kids are already grown and older than I am. It's
Mhm.
just not a relationship I'm trying to put in my life.
That's
So
a friendship.
I was at a meeting for Veteran Day, right? We're doing a parade. I was at a meeting, and this guy comes in. They called him Doc, right? Skinny little dude. I hope you're watching this, bud. I really do. He's skinny dude, long hair, looked like Lieutenant Dan, but had two legs. So,
He got your leg back.
right, he sat right beside me, and they're doing their thing, and we just started to talk. Right, he was my age, or he's younger than I am, but he was around my age.
Mhm.
We connected right from the get go, and we were just talking like, man, we need to get people our age together. He's like, yeah, man, I've been trying to do this, and I'm like, bro, let's stop trying. Let's do it.
You know why it's
So
been so hard though? That's that men not being able to be vulnerable.
open, yeah, it's not being open, and now,
So they don't feel like they should try and reach out and tell
and
them,
it's
hey,
not that they
hey,
don't
babe,
want
I'm
to, is they
going
don't
here.
know how to, you know,
Yeah.
they
Or they're
don't know how
afraid,
to.
man.
Yeah,
They're just simply afraid. Hey, babe, I'm going to go to this support group and hang out with some buddies. Because that's
that's
what it
it.
is, really.
That's what
It's
it
a
is.
support group. Let's not be
Yep.
afraid to put a label on it. It's a support group, but you're just chilling with your homies. You're having a little session. You're hanging out, having a beer, whatever it is. As long as you're just trying to like bounce some shit off of somebody, relate, just have a little vent session. Homie around the street. You know, he's an airman, an ex-airman. He's always an airman,
Yeah.
right? It's what him and I do. Hey, bro, got time tonight? Probably will tonight. Hey, bro,
Yeah. Let's talk.
good tonight? You want to get together? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's been a couple days since we chatted, and that's
But
what we do. We're
yeah, and
accountability partners.
so anyways, we got together, said we need some more people our age, and he's like, I've been trying to do that. I'm like, let's quit trying and let's do it. So we created a thing called Coffee with Veterans,
Nice.
and we had it at the VFW. We invited all veterans of all ages, strictly, you know, I mean, we're trying to push people our age and people that we knew. And the first Coffee with Veterans we had about 15 veterans that, you know, either a part of the VFW or new.
Right.
And the last one that we had at the VFW, or at the AMVETS, we had probably close to 70 veterans there supporting
Wow.
this. So from this Coffee with Veterans event, we actually, it became bigger than me, more than, you know,
That's the
that I,
goal, right?
that I wanted to handle at the time. Yes, that was the goal. So from that, that's where the nonprofit came in. So we created a nonprofit, and
That's
we're
awesome.
gonna try to do events in the community every month. We have a big a block party that we have every summer downtown here, and we became a main sponsor for one of the Fridays.
Oh,
We have a military ball coming up in November. We have a archery hangout day, like when people come just shoot bow and arrows, and just
that's dope.
veterans just getting
Okay.
together, and you know, and that's what it is, and that we're just trying to be there for them, you know, show them that you can open up and talk about stuff. So yeah, do we have any questions at Q&A?
Doc actually had one in there. He had a good question. It said, so how do those who did not serve express their gratitude to those who did? You know, because we were talking about thank you and how
Yep.
it's weird because it was our job and we understand what was sacrificed. I mean, that's a very good question. I don't even know how to answer that. I mean,
It is. I mean, and not
maybe,
saying that it's bad what they're doing. I mean, that's what
no,
you're supposed to say is, you know,
that's on me. How do I fix it? You know what I'm saying?
for
How do I
sure.
fix
Yeah.
me being okay with it? It's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not anybody's fault. It's how
It's
do
me
I
that
be
I'm
okay with it?
awkward, not you. Right.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
making this
accept
awkward.
compliments. I don't
Yeah.
accept compliments. I'm not good at the
Oh,
thanks.
that's what I was gonna say. So I try to do the Chick-fil-A approach to it, right?
Pay
It's
it
my
forward
pleasure. It
thing.
was my pleasure. It was, I mean, it was my pleasure.
Mm-mm.
When I think back on my time, like,
You wanted it.
and go ahead.
You wanted
Oh,
it.
oh yeah. When I think back on my time, like, there's not bad memories. Like, those don't stick out. Like, there were some sucky times, yes, but even in those sucky times, it was the best times, the best
Yeah.
laughs. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
being out in the field, sitting up barbed wire, and somebody falling in the barbed wire. That it was hilarious, and we laughed a lot about a shitty situation.
And you can laugh
So
at it now, but then what you don't laugh
no,
at
even at
is
the
the
time we
actual
laughed
situation.
about it. Yeah, when he fell in the barbed wire, we laughed really hard.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was crappy because we were up and we had to move locations, and we're like, man, we don't want to be out here, and we're doing this, and then some dude falls in the barbed wire, and we're like, boy, that's funny. You know, we
Yeah.
all have a laugh, and
It's gonna be a good night, boys.
it's gonna be a good night. Yeah. I mean, that's the stuff that I think about when I think about my service. Now, when I get one-on-one with a veteran and we're really opening up,
Yeah.
that's when the other stuff comes out. And
It's
there's
like,
a time
so
and
how do you
place
deal with
for it.
mental health today?
Yeah.
What are you doing to help yourself now?
You
Because
watch
you're
bearded
crazy.
vet
You have
TikToks and
episodes.
you laugh with them. That's all
Man,
you do.
that's my therapy, dude. Before I was able to get the right one, the VA wasn't doing its thing for me, and mental health was slowly making me spiral out of control. It put me and my wife through a separation
Mhm.
that was unnecessary. It was, but thankfully we've reconciled. That was a handful of years ago. We've gone through it, man.
Yeah. And
Um,
it's hard being
and
married to a vet. I understand
because
it. I
nobody
recognize it.
understands completely, and but at the same time, my wife has even sustained uh secondary PTSD, and and that's a thing.
Yeah.
Secondary PTSD, it's an actual thing, and if those don't understand it, you can look it up. Um, but TikTok was my therapy. She didn't really understand it in the beginning, but I tried to explain it how I can't go to the VA to get help.
Hmm.
I don't have a counselor in the community because they won't help me find that. I can't find a counselor or therapist in the community because they're booked out 4 or 5 months, or I've been set up and appointments been canceled, COVID shit. So for almost 8 years, I went untreated with no care, and
And you're lucky.
it
You're
was
lucky
me. I
because
am,
usually that can end up
and if it wasn't for
something
the
else.
3 people inside that house, that's where I would have been, unfortunately. And I hate to say that. I would have probably done everything in my power to keep from happening, but at some point, I feel like it would have just been too much.
Yeah.
But I'm coping and dealing with and using TikTok and the friends and the relationships I've established there to kind of not just help me, but it helps other people to come hang out and drink coffee and listen to music. And I mean, I'll be honest, you haven't seen a real raw day. They've seen a pretty raw day, and it's been in some really dark times. I've taken a few days off, and just kind of I got to figure something out. And
What?
finally, the therapy thing kicked in,
Yeah.
and people are still there every day. And when I'm not doing the live radio show on TikTok Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm hanging out doing the usual thing or going to my appointments, and they still support me through that. I get
Yeah.
people check on me all the time because they know Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I've given enough of my life for folks to understand that I'm a real individual, and you're going to get the real deal from me. I'm going to be unapologetically me, and if you relate, let's be home.
Yeah.
Let's vibe a little bit. Let's sip. You know what I'm saying? Let's burn something down. Let's hang out. Let's get to know each other for who you really are, and not for who you have been showing people all these years. You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
weird, man. It's weird seeing. So my thing is when I call people, I FaceTime them. I love to see people in their face, even though
I hate it.
we're not in person. You hate it.
Yeah.
I
It,
like seeing their reaction when I'm talking to them because through text it can be even like he
yeah.
was pissed off at me. Like, no, bro, I really wasn't. Like, I was smiling when I was writing it. You know,
Right. Right.
that's the kind of stuff. So I like to see them. I don't care who it is. I'll FaceTime you. I've tried to FaceTime you, and you're like, no, I can't do it. Walking in the house, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Answer the phone.
Most.
You know.
And not, hey, yo, and each time you've tried, I've been tied up. I'm like, yo, I can't even FaceTime if I wanted
Yeah.
to right
One time you're like, I'm walking through the house. I'm like, I don't have a shirt on. Answer the call, bro. No, no, um, but I like to see. So that's, I mean, I'm cool with going live on social media and talking to people. Like I
I
understand,
am
but I
now.
understand the break
Yeah.
too. Like, I mean, let me get off the social media thing or whatever.
It's
Just hang
healthy
out
to
with the
do that.
family, get off my phone and all that stuff. Where we become so reliant
The
on our
family thing is
telephones.
big.
Family
Family
thing is
thing is
big.
big. I try to keep my nights to my family and my weekends to my family, and folks know that. And if you catch me on a weekend or a break from school or whatever, because my wife's a teacher,
Yeah,
she's gonna be in there. Like tomorrow morning, we'll typically do the blend live request or a live blend, whatever the heck it is. I'm all a little chopped up right now. So, whatever it was, uh, she'll be there in the morning hanging out like we were on Friday, like we
yeah,
were this morning.
that's cool.
She enjoys being there hanging out too.
My wife won't get on here yet.
At first she wouldn't. At first she wouldn't, and it was more of a pressure from the folks around her here on TikTok. I was like, just come on. Man. I was like, I'll put you on a video anyway. They're gonna see you.
Yeah,
I
I agree
mean,
with
all right.
Doc, man. You have given a lot. I mean, you've given a lot to me and my family. Cool story. So I my wife's friends, they have TikTok. right?
Hmm.
And I think you know this, but they have TikTok and they send my wife TikToks, funny TikToks, like, just get a little laugh in their little group chat. So yesterday was it yesterday or a couple days ago? I think it was yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. Sorry, it was Friday. She got a text about a TikTok, and it was great. It was a bearded vet with the guy leaving church. Like I thought we hated that dude. Funniest, funniest one. And they sent it to her, and she's like, "Oh, that's so weird. He's gonna be on my husband's podcast on Sunday." They're like, "What? Get like you were a celebrity to him, like from TikTok, like." And
That's funny.
it was just
That's
kind of
so
cool.
funny.
Like, yeah, he's gonna be on my podcast. Like, they don't see they see this and they see the views and all this stuff, and they're like, "Oh, he's famous," but you get to
No,
know somebody.
not at all.
They're
Not
just a
at all.
person. Yeah, just
No,
a person.
I would never even say I would.
You have people breaking your garage like everybody else does in America.
Yeah. So neighbor, no, what was I gonna say? So numbers. I'm gonna say numbers, neighbors, because I looked out that way. Numbers, like people with the TikTok thing. I don't. I really don't. I told my wife this the other day. Like she asked me when numbers started going up after a couple of videos went crazy. I was like, I to be honest, I don't care about the numbers because I'm gonna keep doing the same thing.
I
I'm not
do.
gonna I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change what I'm doing. I'm not gonna let the numbers affect me and be like, oh, I gotta post three videos a day. I gotta do it at this time. I gotta do this, X, Y, and Z. I gotta make it. I don't want to be that person because I've
Is that
seen
what
it
it takes?
destroy.
3
That's what I've
videos a
seen.
day?
Well, I'm not sure. That's what was one of the algorithm things, I
Oh,
guess. Um, but I mean, it's not even that really. It's about the content. It's just TikTok wants to push good stuff out, and I
yeah.
think laughing, I think, videos of animals and dudes just space jamming over the white lawn chairs into the swimmy things with the best. That's amazing to me. Like
Frolicking in a field of sunflowers
when
with a
when
pink shirt on.
when someone
That's a
sends me
good
a
time.
video, yes, someone sends me a video, I'll watch 3 seconds and I'll be like, you know what? I feel like this is gonna get even better. So
Yeah,
then that's
and
just
then
what I'll
stop
do at
it.
the video. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, let me see what's to happen. And it just unfolds, man. My wife, I'll laugh, and my wife, she'll start to chuckle after I just like she'll be like, oh my gosh, like, can you
Yeah.
just like gather yourself?
Man, it's
And it
very
just
it's
goes there,
very
dude.
contagious. It's very contagious.
Oh man. That's what I'm
And
trying to get out of people. I want people to just laugh, man. Like
and
if I think something funny, I hope other people think it's funny.
the best thing that you ever did, because I've been seeing a lot of TikToks now that I'm trying to get the 1K, and I've seen a lot of TikToks of people like is it duetting when you're side by side, when
Mhm.
you're duetting and they have their mic off and then you can see their mouth moving but you can't hear anything. The best thing you ever did was turn your mic on, because I
Man,
mean the point where you get to almost passing out, that's the best. That's when you
it's
know
real. It's real,
it's
dude.
funny and it's real, because ain't no man can hold his breath that long.
It's a real laugh. It's a real laugh. I'm sorry. Like at first, I used to try and just cover it up with like a chuckle and just laugh,
Yeah,
just
let it out.
have a
You
normal laugh, man.
Yeah,
But
you
like if
can't help
something's
it.
gonna make me laugh, I start thinking of other instances in life. I start thinking of references to stuff. Like when that dude was spelling as whippy, like
Oh yeah,
I was thinking of movies. I was thinking of the dude's face that he was making. Like it's just so much, and I'll just get carried away, and that's why people are like, you don't even finish paying attention to the video. No, I'm listening to every last bit. I can
yeah,
hear it all, and then I'll go back and watch it, and I'll probably laugh harder. Yeah, like,
yeah. I mean, I've watched
I
your
almost
videos.
died that time.
Like when I show, like when you show TikTok, like I show your videos of you
Man,
reacting to other videos and stuff. And another
it's
guy's
so weird.
just motivating dad. I don't know what it is
I
about that
love
guy.
him, man.
He is hilarious, right? And the one where the peanut butter and the chocolate chips, one of the best. I've showed it to probably 100 people
What sent me
already.
over the edge when he goes, the betrayal runs deeper. That's where it sends me over the edge, and I'm like,
He's
this
doing his
man.
little eye thing, like
I thought it was done, and this
yeah.
man went in and asked his wife about it. He said, "I need to know."
She's like, yeah, I know about it.
Like I think much deeper into the video. Like what happened between that cut and him coming back? And while he's explaining it, I'm thinking of the sheer look of
What's up, Tennessee?
like like I can't believe you kept this from me, wife. Like
Yeah. Oh, it's
and then
hilarious.
he talks about wedding vows are sacred, but
Yeah.
some things I love it, dude. And I like
Man.
I love when people comment or like it because then it means they get to go watch.
Yeah,
And
I
I'll
just
just
found that
chuckle.
that feature out too.
I'll just be chuckling.
Like if you like something, you can go back to see what you liked.
Yes.
I searched for hours trying to find this one video, and I'm like, bro,
Now
I'm
you
never
can
gonna
favorite
find it
stuff.
again. Yeah, I know. I
I
found that out too. I'm learning a lot about
love it.
TikTok. I can't wait to join y'all.
Damn.
Um,
Y'all,
but
if
yeah,
y'all
no,
aren't following Forgiven Soldier, go do it right now.
yeah, I got some fun. I mean, it's funny to me. I don't care if you think it's funny or not, but it's funny to me. I did one last night with my dog, Cash. Have you seen that video where they do up, down, left, right, and the dog is doing it with them? So
Okay.
I tried to do it with Cash, and he wasn't cooperating. Cooperate. Is
That's
that how
one
you
of
say?
them. That's one of them 5-syllable words that we have trouble with.
He wasn't playing along nice, and so
How many people just say cooperate in kind of the syllables?
I don't know. I can't. I'm from Kentucky,
I
so I
see.
have
That's the
to
way my mind
excuse.
works. That's where my mind works. My mind works. I feel like if I say something, somebody's immediately gonna try and check me on it. Like he just said
Yeah,
it's a
like
5-syllable
he
word.
didn't say it right. Yeah.
Cooperate. Yep, got it.
Um. Do we got? Hey, speaking of that, just motivating dad. If you are watching, which you're probably not,
No,
you
he
might be.
might.
I shared it to him because he followed me yesterday because he is going to be on the
Fantastic.
podcast with the bearded vet at a
That would
later
be dope.
date. It's going to be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
We're going to have to figure out how to just. I'm gonna bring food, different food. Definitely bringing peanut butter and chocolate
Oh
chips here,
man,
and I'm gonna eat it while we're doing the podcast.
just like do it. Let's just like already be eating it.
Oh, I'm going to. Yeah, when he gets
Yeah.
on. I wonder if he'll catch on.
Like,
I
or
wonder
if like you just do the show and then just have it down and be like, I hope you don't mind. I do need a snack.
I
I
need to
might
eat. I
snack
haven't
throughout the
ate.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have diabetes.
I had the
No
diet.
offense.
Pull out peanut
No,
butter and peanut butter cups.
I have diabetes. I need my sugar intake. You'd be like, do you realize?
Meep 8648. Yes, you can listen to this podcast on Tuesday. It will be out Tuesday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It's
guess
probably out before that, but
circling back to that mental health thing, that aspect
yes,
of kind of like
See,
dealing, the
that's why you
difference
gotta have
between
somebody.
dealing and managing. Dealing with, I was where I was trying to go with dealing with mental health is what I was doing before I was able to kind of take TikTok a
Yeah.
little more serious for myself. And I just so happen to make the other friends. Now, managing it is what I'm doing now, what I'm learning to do now. I'm learning how to manage and sort through actually. I'm learning how to sort through all the different situations, events, experiences that I don't know how to identify. We just came to that realization. Don't know how to identify them because because to me it seemed as if one big event.
Yeah.
And she's then was like, well, I'm like, I communicate through music. Music has always been a safe space for me mentally, ever since I was a child. My mom bought me a CD player when it was out. And I rocked out to the radio at night on like volume 1.2. That's how my shit worked. But anyway, and she would come in and be like, "You need to turn that radio off for the bed." Mom, sorry. But no, music was always
And
a part of my life and still is today.
And honestly, like I got a guitar a long time ago. I was actually in Iraq when I got the guitar and didn't know how to play, taught myself like I got showed 3 chord. Anyways, that's not where I'm going with this story. So from that point until 2011 is when I first started feeling anxiety and the panic and all that stuff. Like when I would play the guitar, it would calm my mind. I guess because I had to think so much about what I was doing.
You had to focus, bro.
And that became my thing. Like I would
focusing is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And it helped me focus. That man, they have some breathing techniques that I've been through, and they probably told you as well. But like the stop sign, when you close your eyes and you're driving and you try to you got to stop directly on that line in front of the stop sign, and you got to focus your feet, and you got to hold your hands up and your eyes closed. It's the weirdest thing if you're doing it in public, but
they've never done that shit for me before.
But it helped. Like it kind of calmed me down because I took my focus off the unfocus, if that makes sense, and it made me focus on one particular thing instead.
She
of
tries that. She tries
things.
the 5. She tries the 5 thing. 5 things that you can see.
Oh yeah.
4 things that you can touch. three things you can smell or hear or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, that's too much shit for me to think about after I'm already thinking about so much stuff.
Yep.
Don't give me what 5, 4, that's 9 and 3, that's 12 and 2 is 4. That's 15 extra things I gotta fucking.
Yeah. Now you
I
got
don't
me
need
doing
that.
math. I don't
I
even like
don't
math.
need that. Right. Math is the word. I mean, I'll do math all day.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I'll do it
Well,
all day.
I
And
was
then I'm like,
artillery, so we kind of had to do math, but
I was like, I'm not doing math no more. I was like, I don't need to count. I was like, because then I'm going to be like, okay, well, how many more things do I gotta look for? I look at it as a check the box thing.
for
I
sure.
don't look as it's helping me. Give me something I enjoy. And that's when she realized music is how to communicate. I relate through a lot
Yeah.
of it. I have my playlists available for folks, by the way. Um, it's a shameless little
Apple
plug,
Music,
but it
the
helps. It
blend,
helps folks.
that guy Garant.
Yeah, I mean, it helps folks. The people like music on there. My friends like
Yep.
the music on there, and that's the only playlist that's available on Spotify and Apple Music is the blend. But we keep the other stuff strictly on Apple Music. It's just a lot of finger work for me, and I'm not.
For sure. Well,
Yeah.
and I like to find, like, I'll find songs, and more than not it's Christian songs, and me and my wife, we play in the worship band. She's a worship leader. So I
Nice.
mean, we're invested in it. Um, but I'll find a Christian song, and everybody can take a song different. Like, you hear it a different way than I hear it. So I'll find a
I
song
think I
that's kind
said
of
that the other day.
relating. Did you?
We were just talking. I think I was talking about that with my wife the other day.
It's true.
I said "Amazing Grace" is a perfect example
Yeah. Yeah.
of
Because
what
it
you're
hits
trying
you.
to say to me.
Yeah. So I'll take a song, and I'll hear it different, and it'll relate to what I'm going through at that moment. Like, there's a
Right.
song. Do you listen to Christian music?
Occasionally,
A
I
little
have.
bit. I know you played a couple of them.
Yeah.
But there's a song by Casting Crowns, and at the time I was going through like really bad anxiety. There's it's a lyric that says, like, in a river, like, you're my spot, right? You're the thing I'm focusing on.
Mhm.
And with anxiety, like, the hard thing is not trying to focus, and that whole song is about that. And I was like,
Right.
first time I heard it, like, I was like, okay. And I played again, I played it like 30 times in a row, and eventually, like, I broke down and cried, right? And because that's me releasing whatever is in me.
You just
And then,
became that song just became a part of your life.
yeah, so
Even
anytime
that lyric.
I'm at that spot, I play that song, or I'll play it on the guitar. I mean, it hits different when Casting Crown sing it, but
I call it song association
yeah, that's what it
instead
is.
of word
Yeah.
association. Like a song I will associate that. Not I correct myself. I will associate an event, a current event or a future event with a song that I've heard in the past. Or if I hear a song from the past, and I'm just like, you know what, that hits just right. Like I needed that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I got a whole slew of them, and it's just that's why I like to have my playlist. And I like when people come in with new stuff. Um, it's always got to be, upbeat. So not always upbeat. You know what I mean? Because you got to have some of them songs. The song by an artist called Nick D. His name's Nick D.
Mm-hmm.
He's down in Virginia, and he sings a song. Um, it's not okay, or I'm not okay, or something like that. I forget what it's called. He has another one called Good Enough. Both of those songs really kind of sit with me about
Yeah.
how I feel in my darkest times. Sometimes, right?
And that's
Not the entire song.
and
Okay.
that's great. You found so much stuff because he's on TikTok, and I mean, that's kind of where he like recorded a song on TikTok, and people fell in love with the Fine Apple song.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's where I found him.
yeah, and it kind of blew up, and then he got Serentine, and he does all these little crazy music videos on TikTok. But
I love it.
but that's why, I mean, and we're not doing this podcast to promote TikTok. I mean, obviously
No, no.
that's how we found each other. But
But that's
there's
where
other
things.
stuff like
That's where I found my. So I found like my help, I guess.
yeah,
My therapy. I'm finding real people that go through real shit, just like me,
yeah,
just like you, just like Coop and Mike, just the motivating dad who is a motivating dad. But I will bet you hundreds of dollars he's gone through some shit, and that's why who he is today.
yeah,
He's learned how to um, see past it. Another person who stands out to me and he reaches out to me a lot is Doc Knotts. His name's Mark. Doc
yeah,
Knotts from TikTok. He reaches out to me a lot. He has switched the perspective. He flips the perspective all the time. looks for the silver lining when it seems like there's no hope, right? And that's how, I guess, managing PTSD, anxiety, depression, kind of the same way. You have to be
Yeah.
able to flip it and realize this is only because of shit that's happened to me. It doesn't need to be who I'm going or who I am,
Yeah. It does.
and that's
Yeah.
just the struggle.
And that's the thing is just with the mental health, you got to find what works for you, you know.
Yeah,
But there
100%.
is something for everybody out there to help you through the situation. You just have to find it, and you have to rely on other people and see what they're doing. Try
Mhm.
it. If it doesn't work, try something else. You know that Cat Williams skit? Keep trying shit, trying shit, trying shit. You know, change it up, trying shit. You got to
Yeah,
keep on trying it. I think this is the second time I've actually said that skit in a podcast episode, but
that's
I
funny.
need to
You
find
know
another
me. You
one.
know you like it though. You know
I
you
know I
like
need to
it.
find another one. Because that was like 10 years ago they did it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But you got to find your thing, and I think that's why I want to say that's why we're here is to help people see, you know, even though you got 430,000 like or follows on your TikTok, you're still a human being that struggles throughout the day, and you gotta find your own stuff to get you out of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Even if it's watching Bob Ross paint on TV, I used to do that. Sit there, my
Really
kid,
to
my
calm me
kids,
down.
my kids know who Bob Ross is because of me. They buy me Bob Ross things all the time. I got a Bob Ross thing sitting right in front of me. It says "You're a
You
masterpiece."
also got a wig too. I've seen the
I
wig.
do, I do. That's been around since my son was like 4, I'd say.
Yeah, it won't work.
I was
There you
I
go.
was Bob
Junior
Ross for
California.
Halloween.
He's seen that skit. He's on
Oh
TikTok.
yeah, he's seen it.
Trying
But
shit.
I mean, it's
Won't work.
about like it can be watching somebody paint. It can be you painting. It could be
Yeah.
uh going
People
to the
use
park
painting. Yeah.
and just hanging out, going for that walk in the park. Like that could be your mental health like cleanse. Like
Yeah.
who
And
knows? It can. Yeah.
that's where like playing the guitar. I mean, it was kind of my safe space, and my wife hates it when I pull out the guitar. She's got my kids saying, "Oh my, here it goes." Like, Dad, really, we got to do this right now. I'm like, y'all
Yeah.
need to shush.
Go away.
But
Go away.
but sitting down, I got
With love.
one day. You know, I'm going through school right now. I graduate September 25th in LA.
Let's
I'm
go.
not going, but
Ooh, you
um,
need to.
it's in LA,
You
man.
need to. And
And I don't
bro,
know.
that's your education.
I understand they can do it via Zoom like this
That's
right
true.
here. I'll do it. I'll do a podcast episode. On it. Nobody really
All
cares
right.
about graduation. It's so boring.
Hey, it's
But
milestone. No matter how old you are.
but anyways, and then I took a songwriting, music production is my degree. So I took a pad of paper and I was like, I'm just gonna start putting down words, playing guitar, blah blah blah.
Right.
So me and a buddy, Drew Odd. I don't know if you're watching. Shout out to Drew.
I saw. I
Um,
think I seen him comment on the video. He should be here.
yeah, he just I finally got him a TikTok. He is very very talented guitar player. Go check him
Man.
out, Drew Odd Official. But anyways, we got together and I was like, because he's very his guitar playing is out of this world and writing music, right?
Oh,
And I'm really good at writing lyrics. So I put lyrics down, he put music to it, and I mean we've written 5 songs already.
go for it.
So and I'm gonna put them all out. I don't care who hears it, who listens to it. It don't matter. I'm gonna do it, and I'm getting better.
And that's why. That's
Every
why I also
song
do it.
is getting better. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I'm going with this. Like every episode, I want to get better.
And you will. You get better
Yeah.
as you go, man. It's just you're your own. You are your best critic, but you can also be your worst critic. And if you're doing what you enjoy doing, don't think too much about it. If it's coming out, like
Yeah.
quality comes out, you don't have all the best equipment, whatever situation is, it'll get there.
You don't have
Everybody starts
1,000 followers.
You don't have
You know,
1,000 followers, you'll get there.
and you'll get there eventually.
You
I
know
didn't
what I
know
mean?
3. So 3 videos. That's kind of what they say. I've been
I
doing
don't know.
one
See,
video a day. I don't know.
that's how I always do it, and I've
I've
heard
jumped up
different ways of doing
70
it. Just
followers since I've been doing this, and that's I mean 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I jumped up 70 followers, which is
hey.
I haven't had that video yet. That frolic video. You know what I mean? I haven't had that hitter.
Yo, man, some of them
Y'all
are
watch
crazy, bro.
Theo Vaughn. He always called it that hitter.
Theo Vaughn is my
Gotta get that
man.
hitter.
I got a video up of him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw it.
There's one of him, man. He's just the way
That's what made me start a podcast is the way he did his podcast. I'm like, I want to
Yes.
do
That's
that,
what I was trying to say.
but not exactly like that. You know what I mean? but-
Theo Vaughn is he's just like a freak. He's like, I don't care. He's Joe Rogan, but like very much more like
He's no
Wow.
filter, no filter.
yeah. Joe Rogan's a filter on him, but and Theo Vaughn's like, man, you come in here, you're gonna fucking hang out. You're gonna
Yeah.
check out my mullet. You're gonna see my column like fucking Boo Radley looking legs. You know? What I'm
Yeah, he don't care. Mullet wearing, sunshade, it don't matter. He don't
Oh,
care, and it's
man.
awesome. But we probably need to wrap this one up.
Hey, man, I appreciate you
Um,
having me here.
No, I loved having you here, man. We're gonna try to get that Just Motivating Dad on here. I don't even know his name. I'll find out his name. But he it'll be fun. This is not gonna be a TikTok podcast. It just so happens that I got on a live yesterday, right after I got done talking to you.
Yeah,
And I was like, hey, you ever been on a podcast? He's like, no, I'd love to. I'm like, I'd love to have you on mine. All right. He
interesting
followed
people,
me.
man. There's some
Yeah.
great people out there. I'm not saying I'm interesting. I'm just saying I'm another guy that can probably relate to some folks. And
But the thing
for that, I'm
that we,
grateful.
that connected, well, me with you. I don't know if you're connected or not to me, but it's the veteran and how you go about it, right? How
Mhm.
you, and I could tell from the get go that this is how he copes, just from the live I watched, and I dug it, like the music, and I mean
Appreciate
you
that.
literally answer every comment that comes through your live, or try to.
I tried. Oh,
Tried to
bro,
really
I'm
hard.
so huge on that.
because
So
you go
as much
back,
as I
you
struggle,
go back
I
and look
go
at it. Yeah.
I have to.
And I appreciate that, because a lot of people don't. And sometimes I put some banger stuff out there, and I'm like, man, you really should have read my comment. And I don't want to be the guy that puts it 5
kill me.
times.
People
So
kill me too, bro.
I gotta
So
let
it's-
it. I gotta let.
That's
that
why I
one
love
ride.
it. I love
Yeah.
I love looking at it because you never know what you're gonna see in that chat,
Yeah.
man. But I also like to see the interaction between everybody who comes back every.
Yeah.
You know,
And you
I
keep
love
you
that.
have people keep. Every morning I see the same people. I mean, I could probably name them all, like Junior California, Doc Knotts, Kevin,
Yep,
Earl,
Danny. We got M. Rachel. We got Meat. We
There's
got
my wife
J
right there. She
Kid.
still
We
won't
got
get on though.
Jared.
out
We
and
got
say
them
hi?
all, man. Scott Harvey in the house. We got
Scott
everybody.
Harvey. I've seen Scott Harvey a bunch of
Polly
times.
Polly B hops in. She's kind of a regular. It's Polly B. I love her. She's such a sweet woman. I got to meet her a few times and hang out with her.
Yeah, I mean, your
just
wife.
great
I mean,
folks, bro.
it
She's amazing.
it's great. My wife's right here. I'm trying to get her to come on live.
She
I'm
won't.
telling you, she won't come on the live. We're ending up.
It's-
You want to end
It'll
it with
take
me?
a little.
End it with me. No, you don't. You look beautiful. You do.
Gorgeous. Oh,
I
that
can't
guy?
even see you. You gotta be in the camera.
I can't see anyone.
I'll edit you out if you don't like it.
My eyes are actually terrible. I can't see anyone.
But yeah, so I appreciate you.
Bro, I was super stoked when you were like, "Oh, you want to be on a pod?" Absolutely, I'll talk about it
Yeah.
because I'm starting to learn how to be able to share a little bit more and be okay with it. And if I don't do the thing that I'm doing every morning with somebody else, what am I doing? What I do in the morning for?
For sure. And I wish we could have did the music, but because I'm on Facebook, I think they would have kicked me off real quick. But
Next time, let me know. I actually did hook my computer up just in case, and I found to get my iTunes working, and I got it plugged into the mixer. Next time, let me know if you want to do that, or if you're doing it yourself. I don't care.
well, I tell you what,
have
you got Lonesome
access.
Rose dialed up. Can you play it right now?
I actually don't. It's closed up.
Okay, never mind then. I know that dude personally, and I know he would want me to play it. So
What's that?
Calhoun
Graves?
Cowboy.
Calhoun Cowboy.
Yeah,
he was
Coke
in the live
Graves.
earlier this morning. He was in there this morning.
Yeah,
Um,
good. He's a good dude.
checked
Very,
him out the
very,
other night.
very talented. He went from Christian rapper to country singer, and he kind of mixed it all together in this new thing he got. And he's got over 13,000 views on YouTube for his music video. You need to check out his music video if you haven't. Lonesome Rose by Coke Graves. It's like a
And
movie. It's a mixture between Blow and Brother Where Art Thou. Great.
And he's also in that song is also in the blend playlist. If you already have it, you can find it. It's called Lonesome Roads by Colt Graves. Calhoun Cowboy is his handle on TikTok.
When was the last time you farted? before this live. I didn't fart on this live. Or this,
I got one. I got one brewed up and ready to rip, homie, because
Yeah.
we're gonna go outside.
Yeah. Well, we'll end it on that. Thanks for the comments. Thanks, TikTok Live.
Appreciate it.
I'll be
Thanks
there
again,
shortly
man.
if you come over and follow me. I'll try to put out some good content. And I'll
There you
do
go.
some snippets of this podcast too.
Oh, that'd be
um,
sick.
On there, some funny moments. I caught you belly laughing a couple times, so I'll use those.
All right.
All right, peace out, everybody. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
You are forgiven. Forgive.